The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the December 3rd. Wait, what's today? The 2nd or the 3rd? It is the 2nd. I know I can get this right. I just have to check my dates. One thing I know, it is Fantastic Friday. And, of course, this is the today's edition of the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes. And I know that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in, 877-927-6648. Of course, internationally, 727-445-1044. Of course, you can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. And pings inside the Tiger's Den are most welcome. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fabulous and Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow trading off 19 points at 19,172. S&P is up 1 at 2192. NASDAQ Composite up 7 at 5258. Russell 2000 up a point at 1314. Gold's up $8. Silver's up 32 cents. Light sweet crude is up 29 pennies. Bonds are up. What's up with that? Must be the yen, which is getting stronger. It's pulling back. We take a look at the currency pair compared to the U.S. dollar. Moving to the upside out here, you've got Teleflex Inc. up 5% or $7. AutoZone up $6. Intuitive Surgical up 5. Five Below up 5. How do you like that? To the downside, you've got Workday Inc. down $8, by almost 10%. Alliance Data Systems off 7 or 3%. BlackRock down $6.70. Ambarella down $6. So we've got a few things to look at, but I want to look at what you want to look at. And so the first question of the day that I think you want to look at is, what's the chart that Stevie thinks is the most important one for us to watch? An excellent question out there. I would say it's going to come from the Dow. It's the one that I'm watching the most. Now, it's in tandem with several other things that are out there. We'll take a look at those. But the reason why I say the Dow, and I'm going to just put up the Dow futures for the moment, is that as of this moment, the Dow has been moving higher. This is a Dow equity futures contract we're looking at. We'll go look at the actual indice out here. I want to show you on this. On the equity futures contract, because you're going to see a couple of those patterns that you and I pay attention to for market tops and bottoms. When price moves higher, does with less relative energy out there, it's always a caution sign. Now, the caution sign moves from caution to stop when we see the actual bears show up. In this case here, a bearish reversal candle. We do not have that today. The number that I would normally give you, because in order for this to form its a bearish engulfing candle, we would take a look at yesterday's open. And I could give you that number. The number that is more important, though, to you is Stevie's red line number. That's 19,119. If you were to see the Dow close below the Dow futures equity futures contract, I'll give you the Dow cash index out here, close below 19,119, that would tell us that a retracement is underway inside one of the strongest. There are the strongest indices out there at this stage that has not rolled over. Now, where would price come back to? Well, the first place I'd be looking at is this little red dash line. It's a candle session from November 18th, coming back to test that level. Don't have that signal just yet. We do have one of those TD9 counts out here that formed yesterday. So getting below Stevie's oscillator and change line, is a meaningful piece of information. Now, if we go take a look at the Dow cash index, it'll take me just a moment to actually get up to that spot where we can go ahead and punch it into the system. Come on, folks. I'm not speaking to you as folks. I'm speaking to the folks behind the the computer system here. Of course, that's my computer system. I like to call them folks. Now, here we can see that the Dow is also moving higher, doing less relative energy. Now, look, we saw that first pattern form out here back on November 23rd, just before you and I, a little over a week ago, before you and I were getting ready to eat some turkey. But on the day after Thanksgiving, price moved higher. It simply negated that pattern. That's why we wait for a signal. Ain't no signal here just yet inside the Dow, so it's only a potential pattern. You get below 19,126 in the cash indice out here, a whole different message out there. So that's what we want to pay attention to inside of the Dow. Now, if I go take a look at equity futures contracts in the Dow, if I look at the 30-minute chart out here, we're not going to see a whole lot of anything. We're going to see a lot of sideways mush. So there's no pattern out here inside of the Dow on a 30-minute chart that's going to give us any kind of signal as to what it wants to do. So we pay attention, you and I will pay attention to that daily chart, because from strength, we ought to find whether or not there's any weakness out here. So today's close in the Dow, much more important than probably most think. But now you are not most, and you've got the numbers to be paying attention to. Now, with regard to the market and what it's done thus far, let's take a look at the ES Mini. Right now, trading off 2 points at 21.89. Formed a nice little bottom here. Yes, let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. Formed a nice little bottom last night as we were coming into the close. Now, not when this contract closed, but into the 4 o'clock close here. Actually, it was a seventh wave move. I don't have it here on the screen. I'll just go ahead and put it out here for you to take a look at. We talked about it inside the Tiger's Den. So now you can see that seventh wave out here. And that failed. However, that failure led to another bullish reversal signal, and that was price moving lower, doing less relative energy. And at the same time, it formed one of those TD sequential counts. That's a number 13, a blue 13 on Stevie's screen out here, getting above that price high. So I see it works the same way on intraday charts as it does on daily charts out here. You get back above it on a bottoming pattern, the red line. You also form a bullish reversal signal, in this case, the bullish engulfing candle that formed out here by 8 o'clock, and price moved higher. Now, as price moved higher, we were just talking about one of those 9 pins, one of those TD setup 9 counts out here. And guess what? At 11:30 this morning, as the ES Mini was making its high, guess what number it formed? Yes, number 9. You got to love number 9, not just because Gordie Howe, is the number 9, but for many other reasons. But in this case here, that can often be the point when the market will go ahead and reverse. What has the ES Mini done since then? Yeah, and now it's really trading. It's testing that oscillator on change line at the 2191 level. So we're really trading right on it. We get below that. What's that mean? That says the next level of support gets tested. That's 2188 inside 2188. We'll call it 0.75 or 2188.50 out there. So that's what's going on the short term. What else is it that you are going to watch? So you now know you now have a key. You now have a real key, a real morsel of information out here with regard to the Dow. You probably didn't think that that's where I was going to start, but yet that is where the most important piece of information for the day will come from, and maybe for the next couple of days out here. Where's the next spot that we're going to look? Well, you're going to have to wait till we get back from this break out here. But I'd love to hear from you, 877-927-6648, or Steve at TFNN.com. We'll be right back, folks. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back. Dow's off 36 right now. S&P is down a point. So the next area that we're going to focus on, or we're going to pay attention to at day's end, is going to certainly be the VIX index. We're going to pay attention to the price point of about 1447. That may change by a tick or two, but 1447. If you see a close above that level, well, then you will also see simultaneously things start churning to the downside inside the S&P 500, most likely the other markets as well. And that means paying attention to those numbers that we took a look at inside the Dow are important. Now, what I'm calling that is nothing more, should that occur, nothing more than a signal that a retracement is underway, a retracement that you want to be looking at to buy. Remember, these markets are not going to go straight up. They're not going to go straight down, not as if it's going to be like, hey, this is an all-time top or something like that. On the other hand, if the VIX index does not, if it closes below 1366, give or take a penny out there, then you'll start to see these losses that we're taking a look at. Those will be vanished. Those will vanish. Market will likely finish positive. So those are the other two numbers that you're going to pay attention to. Again, 1447 and 1366. Other than that, there basically isn't much that you and I really need to do. We have it already pegged as to what we need to go ahead and pay attention. But we'll go ahead and take a look at other things inside of the market. What those are, I don't even know. What do we want to take a look at? Somebody in the den. What do you want to look at? Of course, we can go take a look at gold and silver and all those shiny things out there. What is going on with gold and silver as we speak right now? What's really going on with regard to the yen, right? If we take a look at the yen, we'll go take a look at the futures contract in a moment. And as we take a look at it, we see the beginnings of a pullback, meaning the Japanese yen is getting stronger. But is it strong enough is the question out here. And the only way to answer that is when I say strong enough, is it taken out the oscillator unchanged line out here? And I don't believe that it has, but we need to make sure of that and find out, because if it does not, it hasn't. Here, we'll put up the chart on the screen. And so at this stage here, with regard to gold and silver, we just have a nice little rally that's underway. Silver looks better, I believe, than gold. We'll take a look at that chart. But you can see, we talked about this, I believe, yesterday. We've got another 9 count out here, a TD setup 9 count. That occurred yesterday inside of the Japanese yen. Now we're seeing a bit of a move higher here today. This is with regard to the yen getting stronger. We're looking at the futures contract here right now. And then next which is really key, is getting above Stevie's red line out here. If we do that, then it's going to be off to the races for the miners, going to be off to the races for gold, for silver, and could be off to the races for the 30-year Treasury bond. Well, let's go take a look at the silver out here. Let's go see what it is doing. I mentioned that this will look a little bit stronger. Now, the reason that I said that, we will find out here in a moment. We'll put the continuous contract up on my screen. That'll be a little bit easier, is because we do have price here trading above Stevie's red line, that oscillator and change line. Now, I have the continuous contract. I'm not sure if these profiles are correct on this, so instead, let's go take a look at the current contract for silver. Let's go see if, in fact, we are trading back inside any of those daily profiles. Come on, punch up. Yeah, well, we are, just barely. So here is another key level to be watching with regard to silver, and that's the price point of 1676. We're trading at 1681. The reason I say that is because if, in fact, silver can close above that level, notice here, let me go ahead and let me get rid of the volume characteristic. Let's go ahead and explode, and I mean explode in a really nice way out here. Let's go ahead and explode this up a bit. There we go. That's a big explosion. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. Now, we're just really focused here with regard to silver and its brand new profile that formed back here on November 22nd. So just before Thanksgiving out here, that's when we formed a brand new profile. Now, this profile here, once price gets back up inside it, tells us that it really is buyers that are now in control of the game, the price game out here, right? It's just like watching a football game and understanding who's in control, where's the ball at, so on and so forth. Well, the so on is that if you close above 1676 out there, this says that price is going to go ahead and target $17 even Steven. But more likely than that, it would say that the price of silver should make its way to 1749. Now, what it needs to have happen out here, it needs that yen. You want that yen on the wall with silver out here. But if we go take a look at Goldilocks, I don't believe we have the same setup out here. Let's go take a look at again, I'll punch up the continuous contract for this application. Take a look at that oscillator and change line out there. Now we go back and take a look at the actual contract, but you'll see silver is above it and gold is not. Now, hey, I don't make this stuff up. What formed today? So far, what has formed today with regard to Goldilocks? Been moving lower. We now with less relative energy. The very first time that we have that signal that has formed out here. So this could be the signal that you, and I'm referring to you out there, all of yous have actually been looking for. So things are looking up inside of Goldilocks and silver, and they are just waiting for that yen to give us that doble-gi confirmation. I see we've got a question inside the den about platinum. So platinum, the question is, I bought platinum at 920 today. Where are TAS levels, please? Well, let's go provide those TAS levels for the current platinum contract out there. We're going to look at the January contract for platinum. And what we can see here with regard to daily and weekly, tell me if you can see these out here. You've got your daily and weekly profile, bottom of their box, really about the same price point, $952.40 for the daily, $945.80 for the weekly out here. But we can go ahead and give you even more, right? Let me see here. How would I do that? Well, I know how I can do that for you. Let me do this. Just since it was asking, just watch the data box out here. Let me go change just a couple of settings. We've got the 240, got the daily, got the 240, and you like the 60 probably, right? We'd like the 60 or the 30. Well, we'll give you the 60. So I'm going to give you the 4 profiles, both daily, weekly, 240, and a 60-minute. They're going to show up on my screen. It looks like a lot of clutter. But if you actually just pay attention to the box, the data box out there, then you've got all of your price points. Now, the positive here on the 60-minute, right, the shorter-term time frame, is we can see that new boxes are actually forming. You might say, I can't see that, Steve. Okay, well, let me make it so that you can see that. We'll get rid of price. There we go. And so now you can see these red boxes here are beginning to form at higher levels. So it's a indication of a potential change in trend. The real thing that you want to take a look at out here is getting above that 945 level. If we go ahead and take a look at where is platinum trading in relation to its oscillator unchanged line, let me go ahead and see if we can punch that. Whoops, that didn't work. Well, let's see if we can actually do it. Hit the right box out here. In this case, I'll give you the exact number. Of course, this may not well, let me see. Sometimes it takes just a tad for today's candle. Yeah, today's candle is not. Oh, so here's the positive. Yep. Let me get rid of that profile. Do it like this. There we go. So what we know about platinum is trading above 920.80, which is the oscillator unchanged line. We can see price had been moving lower, doing with less relative energy. So in the case of platinum, you've got one of your price relative strength divergent patterns confirmed with price trading above that oscillator unchanged line. That means the price oscillator is now turned up, and that is bullish. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is down 42. S&P is off about 2 points. A question from Mike asking about Tesla. TSLA is a ticker symbol. He would like to know how does it look. He's looking for this to head a little bit lower. So as we take a look at Tesla, ticker symbol again, TSLA, the first thing that sticks out is there really two things, right? Number one, we notice that price today, right now, this very moment, is trading right at its daily TAS market profile. Now, let's do this. Let's go ahead. Repetition is the mother of all skill out here. So for those of you that say, hey, don't keep showing me the same thing, I'm sorry. I have to show you the same thing. We're going to turn off price because it's how each of us learn out here. Now, the blue lines and the green lines, those happen to be daily and weekly market profiles, courtesy of John Logan out here. So as we take a look at those TAS market profiles, we can see that the blue center of that box, a little bit closer to the bottom of the box, that says that this should be in this price area here. It really should be the buyers that, in essence, control this price range. So closing, Michael, closing below 180.12 is really important to you for the bulls to lose that battle. If it doesn't close below that, this could be the extent of it. And you're saying, hey, you sold one of your puts today for a profit. Now the question is, do you sell what the remainder of what you have? I would say I would be watching that 180.12 level. Now, what else should we be taking a look at? Well, we probably ought to take a look at volume. We ought to look at the swing point that it's moving into. So the swing point that it's moving into right now is one from just a couple of weeks ago, November 14th. There was 6.5 million shares. Today you're at 2.8 million shares. I don't know exactly what that equates to on a straight line basis, but we're going to go try to figure that out for you. So let's see here. That would be, put that right here in the other box. So we're at about 2.8. We've been trading for 4 hours, right? That says that estimated volume is about 4.5 million shares. So Tesla is testing a swing point, hasn't tested it. The low would be 178.19, but it's moving into a swing point with light volume. Suggests that maybe it really doesn't have the emphasis that you're looking at for this to bust out the lows out here. And so the numbers for you to be watching, again, I'll just give those to you. Really, it's just pretty simple. We're going to keep it simple. It's going to be the trading session from November 14th, the low there of 178.19, or 180.12, which is the bottom of its TAS market profile. You can see the weekly profile is just slightly above that at 180.194. So you really want to see those areas busted through. Now, if those areas get busted through, Michael, and this won't happen by next week. Of course, I can't guarantee you if it will happen or when it will happen, but it would suggest that you are then below all kinds of levels of support. And there would be no reason for Tesla to not move down to the February 9th low, somewhere in the 141 to 159 range out here. So I hope that that helps you with your trade. Again, ticker symbol there, TSLA. And I'm listening, also just got KMI. Now, KMI, let's go take a look at KMI at Kinder Morgan. And let's go take a look and see what kind of information we can get out of here. Now, in the case of Kinder Morgan, this looks pretty bullish, right? If we just simply utilize our market profiles, you can see prices trading above daily, prices trading above weekly. Kinder Morgan a few days ago gapped up with volume of 29 million shares. Price today is pulling back into that sign of strength with really light volume. You're doing 5.8 million shares today. So this is doing nothing more than coming back to test a breakout area. If you are short Kinder Morgan, I don't see it on the charts out here. So I would say just be careful. If you're long Kinder Morgan, then all prices done today is just come back to the last place where we saw a sign of strength, and that would say, okay, time to move higher. In fact, it could be we could have made the B point of the or the C point, right? The A point will be down here, November 2nd. Your B point would be up here. Looks like it was either the 21st or the 22nd, and then a retracement down in November 29th. So this could actually be headed to the 2366 level out here. Again, ticker symbol there is KMI. So, Michael, I hope that helps you as well. He's listening in on TigerTV. Isn't that great? TigerTV, listen in, sends an email. I can see it on the phone, and voila, we're there. Now we've got Ken, who is looking for, I believe this might be Ken in Iowa. I could be wrong about that, but it is Ken nonetheless. And Ken would like to take, he would like to have each of us have a beer. I like Ken. Ken says, this Bud is on you. No, he's asking for an entry inside of Bud. So let's go take a look at Bud. Is that Budweiser out here? Oh, son of a gun. It most certainly is. So when we take a look at Budweiser out here, looks like a bad beer. To me, doesn't it? Not so fast. We got to check this out. So let's go check out Bud out here. Let's go use Stevie's other system. Let's go see what wave it's in. And yesterday, Ken, this got into the 7th wave. A little Stevie Wonder 7th wave that says if you want to take a trade on this, you have a very easy trade. Sometimes, not always. All right, we showed you the ES Mini on a 30-minute basis. That 7th wave was a pause button. We saw price move a little bit lower to a less relative energy out here. This one's already been moving lower with less relative energy. Right now, today, you've got a bullish reversal candle. You've got a nice little piercing candle, and you've got the 7th wave out there. So what this says to me is that this Bud could be for you out here. So I'll just put this on a weekly chart, then we'll go to our caller, Rich in Orlando. I want to see if there's anything else out here to assist you with this, and that's going back and take a look at the swing point for the week of August 24th. That had volume of 13 million shares. You're already below that swing point with heavier volume. Not really a good scene out here. It just depends on what kind of risk you want to take out there. But the patterns that you have, that 7th wave move, price moving lower on less relative energy out there on the daily chart. And then this would say that a bounce could easily take you up into the most recent gap out here. Probably 105.71 is going to be your reward on this trade. But if you get above that, that would be very bullish. So, Ken, thanks for sending that email, and hopefully that assists you. Let's go to Rich in Orlando. Rich, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this afternoon?
Pretty good, Steve. How about yourself?
Excellent. Thanks so much for asking.
You have a nice Thanksgiving and all?
Great Thanksgiving. Ate too much. Back on the diet, exercising, the whole 9 yards. How about you?
And it's kind of the same boat. It's just too much food, and it's also good,
Exactly. So now, what's your favorite part or food group or food of Thanksgiving?
I honestly enjoy turkey. I like the turkey, primarily the dark meat. I'm more of the thigh and the leg. Well, not so much the leg, the thigh, the darker meat I like.
Yep.
Yeah, but the gravy and the stuffing and the cranberries, and it goes on and on and on. It's just the whole shebang.
Yes, it does. So now, do you buy an extra large? Do you cook it at home, or do you guys go somewhere?
Well, this year, fortunately, we were able to go up to be with our children up in Pennsylvania. So they did all the cooking, and we just did all the eating. I helped with the cleanup.
Okay, that's great. I love it. So,
How
you just stayed locally and luckily got a smaller turkey, so I didn't have to deal with all of those leftovers.
I understand.
Yeah. Hey, you want to take a look at UGAZ, which is that the 3-time long? Yeah. So tell us what you're doing. Are you in the trade? And are you in the trade?
Before I just called you, we had talked about GPL months back, and that worked out fairly well. I was happy with that. But then I went to switch to the natural gas because I've been watching that. And I was fortunate to get in it, in the low 20s, like about 24, 25.
Just hold on for a second.
Sure.
We'll be back, and we'll take a look at UGAZ with Rich in Orlando.
Thank you.
Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back, folks.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Rich in Orlando. We're going to go ahead and try to tear apart UGAZ, the Velocity Shares 3-Time Long Natural Gas that Rich is in. I think, Rich, you said you got in around 25 or so?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a nice situation, and I hate to be greedy. And it's like, you know, other than what caught my ear is that this cold wave that's coming. First of all, natural gas tends to do well or do better in these obviously these winter months. Sure. And it's made a tremendous run from 25 to 40-ish, and it looks like right now maybe it is in a pause that refreshes. But what they're talking about on the weather programs is this Arctic cold coming through, in the next couple of weeks, and it's just for as much as I'm trying to say take your money and run, it's like no, this thing looks like it might still got more legs to it. Anyway, that's where I'm at.
So that's great. I didn't hear about the Arctic cold. I hope that it stops in Jacksonville for you. Or if it doesn't, could you just stop it in Orlando to make it just...
Well, enough on that. They say that Florida's going to be warmer. But, I mean, if you go to,
perfect.
Like NOAA and different programs, they talk it's coming down through the northwest and basically through the Midwest and up through the Northeast. And that's where all your natural gas is going to be used to heat these houses up in buildings. And it's like, I don't know.
Hey, plus, look, those roofs got to get cold if Santa's going to be able to stop on those things, right?
That. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. So we need that cold. Well, let's take a look at the current natural gas contract that's being traded. That's the February contract, and that's the top portion of our screen, and the bottom portion is going to be the ETF that you're in. Because if we were just going to take a look at the ETF, we would get different data, different signals, and really the bottom panel is really being traded off based upon what's going on in the top panel out here. Right. In other words, I could give you TAS market profiles, which I will, inside of UGAZ, and this would say you really don't want to see this thing close below 32.39 to 33.70. That should be a natural area of support. But I don't know that you can really rely upon that data as much as, hey, what is the actual current contract doing out here? Now, unfortunately for you, or fortunate, but unfortunately, the TAS market profiles are so far below where natural gas is trading right now, you would be giving back a lot of your profits if price got down to those levels. So what that says is that because you said, hey, I don't want to be greedy here, if you do use like an OCO order or something like that, or at least have some kind of stop in place. And
I want it fairly close, but as you know, that in these particular vehicles, they move around very quickly.
They do. So I guess kind of consider, this is where I would say, hey, the market profiles on the UGAZ are probably fairly relevant to you because we don't have any real levels of support. Well, the real level of support on natural gas is a pullback to about $3.13 or $3.09, and that could inflict some pretty good damage on a triple ETF like that. Now, here's the other thing that we know. Typically, the way that markets move, not always, but typically the way that markets move is they move in retracements, or they make what is referred to as that 100% move of a move. In this case here, in essence, that is what natural gas has done. The high on this contract took place on October 18th, and that was somewhere between a price level of about 360. What's that?
I'm sorry. I'm on the phone, hon.
Hey, no, that's the boss speaking. She has priority over the radio show.
I'm sorry, just one of those things. Go ahead.
That's okay. So if you're watching us on TigerTV, folks, what we're focused on here, Rich and I are focused on the candle session from October 18th, which is around the price point of 362 to 367. And we've almost gotten up to that level, close enough to call this a 100% move of move. Now, that does not mean you need to sell it. Because typically what will occur here is either it's the beginning of a retracement on the way back. That's why you'd use a stop on your trade. Or maybe it's just going to move sideways. Or maybe even it's going to take it out. There's no bearish reversal candle here just yet inside of the natural gas contract. I don't see any reason whatsoever for you to go ahead and take this trade off, other than to be prudent, like you said, and you don't want to get greedy, which means you should have some type of stop that you will go ahead and execute on if, on some type of pullback. But otherwise, it looks good. There's not anything, and then you've got the weather report.
That's what's bothering me is exactly that. There doesn't seem to be any other than the move from the bottom has been pretty much nonstop. So it would look like someplace it should take a pause. And maybe that's what it's doing now.
I think that's what it's doing now. You make that 100% move of a move, and that's typically what you see out here. So, but it's just a pause at this stage. And if I were to try to, I don't know, if I put this on that would screw things up. Let me do this here on a different chart. Let me pull over a 30-minute chart. I'll probably just stick up the continuous contract just for the moment. Just look intraday, right? Let's just take a look intraday. What is natural gas doing? So we'll punch that up here, see if there's anything that we see out here. This may take just a moment to populate or so. And let me do a quick wave count on the way down, see where we're at. You know what? Maybe there's going to be one more push lower. It's made on its 30-minute chart. It's made its sixth wave push to the downside. Maybe between now and Sunday night, there's going to be one more wave push to the downside. But in a real bull market, that's where it ought to stop. In fact, really, it ought to stop where price got down to earlier in the day, around 339-ish or so. But again, I'm looking at the continuous contract, so the February may be just slightly different than that. But everything looks good to me, Rich.
Great. That's what I wanted to confirm. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Steve.
Yep. Thanks for calling. That was Rich in Orlando. Of course, another turkey lover. Who doesn't like turkey? Who doesn't like Thanksgiving? Well, maybe there's somebody out there. All right, so we've got the Dow's off 33 bucks. There was a question that came in. It says SR gold. What do you need to see to call a bottom? How do you like that for actually being able to read out there? Really, two things to answer that question. In order to truly call the bottom, I believe we need the following two items to occur. I'm switching over to a different screen to see if I have that. I do. Again, I'm just putting the continuous contracts up here just because of all the data that I need in order to collect for this. Really need to see two things, and that's the top portion of this chart, which is, again, is the Japanese yen futures. I need to see that close above that oscillator and change line. And on the bottom portion of the chart, I need to see gold trade above, close above that oscillator on change line. So there's merit that it may occur. You've got that 9 count on the Japanese yen. You've got a 9 count, TD setup 9 count on gold. Oftentimes that can be where some type of reversal takes place. But it can also be nothing more, Rich mentioned it, a pause button. When you take a look at Tom DeMark systems out here. So, right now, it's just a pause and a bounce. You've got the U.S. dollar index that is trading lower. So all of this is making sense out here with regard to what Goldilocks is doing. And if you were asking the question, well, what is the U.S. dollar index doing? At this stage here, the U.S. dollar index has given us indications over the last 4 trading sessions. You and I have taken a look at this, that it wants to pull back out here. So even though everybody's talking about king dollar, and it's still the king, it's just the king of beers is ready to take a little bit of a rest. Cannot close over that oscillator on change line. Says there's more retracement to the downside. So that is helping Goldilocks at this stage here. I would just like, in order to answer your question, what do you need to see to call a bottom? It would be those 2 things. Close above that oscillator on change line. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the 3 hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Yes, folks, turkeys do not like Thanksgiving. That from our polar bear, who's going to be up next, our one and only polar bear. Now, a question came in asking about the current market profiles, daily and weekly profiles for the equity futures contracts, and that's what we have up on our screen right now. You can see the daily ES Mini, that's the upper left, the daily NQ, that is the upper right. Bottom left is the Dow, and bottom right is the Russell 2000. And with regard to, the Dow, that's one we're really watching for. Closing below the top of its brand new daily box at 19,148 would also be another message that that a move lower could be underway. Let's go out to Clearwater and speak with Dano. Dano, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this afternoon?
Doing great, Steve. It's Friday.
Yes.
Fridays are always good, and here in Clearwater, it's a beautiful day. So.
Good. Hey, what would you like to look at, Dano?
Foot blocker, if we can. SL.
SL or FL? FL.
FL. Frank Larry. Yep.
Do you buy your tennis shoes from Foot Locker?
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Not that that's a problem. Are you in this equity? You're looking to get in? You're looking to short?
I'm long via a call, a $75 call for January, and I got in on this last pullback at around 71. So I'm looking at it and saying, originally I was looking at seeing this would go up to about a $76, 75, 76, up near the previous high that was up there. And so now I'm up there and I'm trying to figure out, do I sell, do I get out of it, or do I sell half my position and stay in it?
Okay, let's try to answer that question for you, and let's take a look at a couple of different things out here. First, since price is trading into the most recent swing point out here, let's see which one it is. It looks like it is November 25th. Now, that was a shortened trading session, so the volume here is probably not going to be a great indicator. 546,000 shares, you could kind of double it and say, right, okay, it needs to do, 1,050,000 or so. And right now, today, you're doing 1.1. So in the prior day, November 23rd, probably a better gauge of volume inside of Foot Locker, that's got 1.6 million shares. So it looks like it is pushing into a swing point with volume, which really means that it should test, if it hasn't already, that 74.74 level. Today's high, 74.57. So there's a good chance that it's going to go ahead and test that. Now, what we can see on this chart here, Dan, is resistance of its TAS daily box out here. So in order to get that 75-ish and beyond level, you really want to see this close above 74.11, and preferably with volume of 1.6 million, 1.7 million shares or so. There is another, and when it does, I think it's going to do that. The problem is when it does that, it may be a fake out for you. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let me pull this back here. Let me get this chart here for Foot Locker. Unfortunately, it has not gathered today's trade information out. I don't know why. But if we just take a look at different wave counts, and I come all the way back down here, let me get my cursor. By chance, are you watching this on Tiger TV?
I am.
Okay. So from the June 28th low all the way to the high that formed out here on August 23rd, we get to wave number 7. Oftentimes, the wave number 7, or G as it's noted on this chart here, is where you can see some type of decline take place out here. And that's exactly what took place on the 23rd. Now, if we start doing our counts to the downside from there, it's going to take us, let me do this again here. It's going to take us to the trading session of September 13th. So if I just simply start my wave counts again to the upside from there, you can see that the high that was made, that's the swing point that's being attacked right now, formed a 6th wave. Be careful.
Right.
That punch up to that 7th wave may be it. I don't know for sure, but be on the lookout for that. And I apologize, we've run out of time, but thanks so much for calling in. And best of luck. You bet. Best of luck on Foot Locker. Stay tuned, folks. Our man David White, our polar bear, will be up next. Have a great week, and we'll see you on Magnificent Monday.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active effective trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.